Sergeant Stepdad here. I'm actually going to be talking to you about when it comes to children and when to praise them, when to reward them, and when to punish them. Because it seems like people don't know how to do that, and the government doesn't seem to know either, in my opinion. Well, some people in the government fields. Um, right now we're dealing with a 2-year-old, which he's reaching, and well, this is where they consider the terrible twos. Um, Grumpy, fussy all the time, throws tantrums. I mean, yesterday wasn't so. Uh, he has his good days and he has his bad days when it comes to that. Um, but this whole thing, a lot of things have got me thinking about these issues. Um, because you don't know what's gonna work when it comes to always making your children to be the best person they can be. Like when he starts picking up his own toys, we tell him good job, try to see if he'll give us a high five or something. We encourage him to pick up after himself. And we don't always reward him. Rewards needs to be like for major things that get something major good that he does that's good. Um, which seems like sometimes some people in government get wrong. When it comes to a lot of this, I'll explain my thoughts on that later. Um, when it comes to punishment, there are different forms that you can use when it comes to doing something bad. I mean, you could base it off severity the of the offense, and you also probably should base it off of age too. I mean, like he hit me right here with something yesterday, which caused me to bleed. The other day, it caused me to bleed. Well, we took away the item he hit me with. He had been sitting on my lap when this happened. I put him on the floor because I know a lot of people are quick to anger when being hit, especially in the nose. I put him on the floor just to distance him from me and to calm down, because that's something you need to do as a parent. You may have to do is learn to make sure you stay calm when it comes to toddlers and their actions. So I had rubbed my nose when I was bleeding, so I had to get up and actually clean up and get the bleeding to stop. Because your nose will bleed for a while when struck. But we took the item away from him. There's occasions where he's been grabbing the cat really hard, like our cat's really hard, and the one he grabs constantly does not bite or does anything to defend themselves when it comes to him. But we've had to get to the point where we have to smack his hands. We don't smack hard enough to hurt. We just smack. It's just hard enough for them to understand that, hey, that was wrong. And because when they're 2 years old, if you just the fact that you're the one that comes and they come to for comforting is punishing them, it kind of breaks their heart. So if you do it, they may go to the other parent. for comforts. But then when I was growing up, we actually got swatted on the butt with a belt. Some of it, some people turned out good. Some turned out to be law-abiding citizens, and some people didn't. That is because there's some people will learn from that, or they will learn from timeout. I mean, getting stuck in a corner, sitting at the table, not having anything to do. Now this day and age, being grounded from the electronics, like and then there's the physical exercise. I mean, yes, you can get into trouble nowadays for people will try to say child abuse, but if you don't leave a mark, they ain't got proof. That's if if you leave them, if you hit them out of anger or make them cause a bruising, that would be in the instance of child abuse. You can't tell me that sticking them in a corner, taking away their electronics, or sitting them at a table without any electronics is abuse. And that's where a lot of this thing comes. They want to claim that people want to push out, oh, you're abusing your child, and let them walk all over. And these parents are letting their kids walk all over them. These are the kind of people that end up more likely to try to get away with as much as possible and cry when they get in trouble with the law. We need to go back to punishing our children for doing wrong. The only time the government should step in when it comes to this would be if you're leaving bruises. Not when it's not a slap across the face, but like spankings, that kind of thing. If you give them a spanking, and I mean hand spanking, no item should be used. They should not be stepping in, because children need to learn there's consequences for your actions. I mean, I can understand a punishment if, say, you don't get your electronics, but they're not getting their electronics, but they have to go do, well, you can use chores if you don't really make them do anything. And I mean, if like, if I really wanted to, I could send one of my teenagers out to clean horse stalls if I really wanted to for a punishment. But the government wants to say, oh, you can't punish your children. You can't punish your children. It's abuse. It's abuse. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they need to step back and let us parents raise our own children. I and explain from experience how we got one that'll listen more than the other because we've been too soft on them. The teens. So I gotta say, punish bad behavior, praise good behavior, and reward great behavior. The government does not want to do this. They just want to. There's got these people out there that even will punish adults. Well, they will punish adults for not believing in their opinions, like the doxing or the harassment. If for having a different opinion, like the parent that, I mean, it was not appropriate, but not appropriate to get the president to go I agree with the FJB rhetoric, but these people that are going after this person are hypocritical because they were supporting the whole FDT rhetoric. So these individuals, I feel, haven't really been. They were allowed to walk all over people, and now they're just trying to walk all over other. Well, they walked over their parents, and then now they're trying to walk all over other people. And technically, these people who are doing doxing or harassing, they can be charged with harassment, or the people who are doxing and can be charged with condoning assisting with violence. Because if these people who dox this person's information have allowed these people to harass them, are it can be lumped in with the harassment and all that. Or if someone were to attack that individual, they can be an accessory to the crime. I don't know why this country is doing that, but it is wrong. We should be leaving people alone for their opinions. And the Constitution is the law of the land and should not be changed to restrict people's freedoms. Actually, not freedoms, rights. The rights were given to us. They weren't given to us. We've had them since the beginning of time. So, the Constitution was put out to defend those rights. Now, the slavery and women's suffrage stuff, that I understand. If that needed to be added in. So, but you shouldn't be punishing the law-abiding citizens for the criminals. You should be punishing the criminals. And these law-abiding citizens who have stopped crimes with their firearms, with their own personal firearms, should actually be rewarded. Because they saved lives. Saving a life is one of the greatest things a human being can do. And that's the things I'm trying to teach my kids is be good, treat people with the respect they show you, or at least show them the respect of their position. Try your best to help people. And if someone treats you wrong, throw them out of your life. I will see you next time.